What's up, guys? BNC Outdoors. I am in my reloading room tonight, and we are loading up something cool, something that just came out. I just got a box of Sierra, well, you can't see it from the glare, 120 grain Game Changers, or Game Kings, as they call them, tip Game Kings. They just came out with these 120 grain, sleek little bullet. Look at that, check it out, a long little bullet even. They've got some published load data for their 120 grain bullets already, so that's what we're going to be using. This is for 6.5 Grendel. I guess I should specify that. I have shot 120 grain bullets out of my 260 Remington before as well, but we just got done prepping some Starline 6.5 Grendel brass. This is once fired brass. I've already fired it one time, working up a load for 120 grain nozzler ballistic tips, which shoot about a half a minute out of my rifle. It's a Howa Mini Action, 6.5 Grendel bolt action rifle, and that's what we're going to be making these loads for. I just want to try this bullet. The nozzler ballistic tips, the 120s and the 100s, are pretty scarce and hard to come by sometimes, and they just came out with these, and you buy 100 in a box, so that's enough to last me for quite some time. So I want to work up a load, just a usable, good deer load, less than a minute angle. So if I can get an inch or better group out of this, I'll be very happy with that. The kids mostly hunt with it, and if you've not seen any of the videos of them hunting with this and their nozzler ballistic tips, check it out. Got several videos on the channel of them shooting a couple of deer with this combo, and it's worked fantastically, and I hope these Game Changers will do the same. So already sized and prepped this brass, only once fired, so I don't need to trim it. It's under spec as far as length of case, maximum length of cases be. And I cleaned the primer pockets, and we're going to load these babies up with some small rifle primers right now. So let's get to it. All right, so we're going to be using CCI Magnum small rifle primers number 450. And the reason it's got an X on there, if you're wondering, that just lets me know which pack is open currently, and I'll throw them away when I'm done. Okay, so we have Sierra's load data here. We're going to be using IMR 8208 XBR. It's a fantastic 6.5 Grendel powder that I already use, and it's pretty temp stable, so we really enjoy it. What I like to do for a hunting load is I'm going to start right around here. They recommend using this load data, and since this bullet is basically very similar, just with a tip, I'm going to go to this cartridge overall length, or pretty close to it. Nozzler ballistic tips, I use 2.245, so I think I might use that same, just a little bit longer to account for that tip. And I usually like to start somewhere in the middle, because I like, for a deer load, I like to be at a pretty decent velocity. Not that it absolutely has to be, but I do like a little velocity, just a little more energy, that sort of thing. So I usually start in the middle, and I'll do 3 rounds of the middle, mid to upper, and then the maximum charge, working my way up from the lower end. So probably what I'll do is I'll load a 3 rounds of a middle charge, 3 rounds of this charge, and then 3 rounds of the max charge, and just see which one gives me the best groups as most usable as a good deer load. All right, and you might be asking yourself a bunch of questions. Why is he only loading 3 3-shot groups? Why is he not doing a ladder test to see the flatness of velocity, to get the low SD? I would do that for my target rifle. This being a deer load, I do not want to change the cartridge overall length. I'm not interested in making it 20 thousandths off the lands or 5 thousandths off the lands, chasing every single little ounce of accuracy. 6.5 Grendel, I'm comfortable letting the kids shoot at about 200 yards. I probably would take a shot at 300, and that's about the max for me with the 6.5 Grendel. So it's not going to be a long-range cartridge. It does not have to shoot half a minute, like I said earlier in the video. If I can get MOA out of it, minute angle, 1 inch at 100 yards, I'll be very happy with that. It'll kill a deer. But knowing my Howa Mini Action and the nozzler ballistic tips as well as they shot, it shoots a half a minute, and that's factory cartridge overall length. I did not change that at all. It is standard mag length, and it shoots a half a minute 3-shot group at 100 with the load that I worked up, and I'm very happy with that, and I think I can do the same with this. And loading only 3-shot groups, it's going to give me, I'm going to bet that they all three shoot really close to or less than MOA. The rifle just shoots fantastic. If it don't, then of course I'll chase it further, but I also don't want to shoot a whole bunch of bullets doing load workup. I've got 100 of them, you know, that's a lot, but the less that I shoot chasing that accuracy, the more I've got to put in the pump station of a deer here and there over the next few years. So let's continue. I've got these cases primed. Let's start loading some charges here. The first charge, the middle charge, was 26.3, and if you see there, I have this set to 26.5 just to keep it even and a little easier to remember, and I will document it in my book, of course. So we're going to go ahead and run us one of these. All right, all done. That's what I like about the funnel pan. It's got that little funnel in it. You just put your case in there, dump, all in one smooth motion. Now I have a loaded case. I think the next one was at 26.9, but I'm going to do 27. And then the next one was going to be 27.4 was max, but I'm actually going to do 27.5. Just like I said, keep it half grain increments. Keep it simple. All right, 2.245 and a half according to that, but I call that good enough. Overall cartridge length, 26.5. And I'll mark all three of the 26.5s. There we go. Now look at those little beauties. Those are fantastic. So that's one of my 26 and a half, 27, 27 and a half, and I can't wait to get out on the range and try these out. It's the 26 and a half 8208 XBR with a 120 Gamchanger. That is a very good group. Here we have the 27 grains 8208 XBR 120 Gamchanger. And here we have the 27 and a half grains of 8208 XBR with a 120 Gamchanger. So we're back at the house, and we're going to take a look at this 6.5 Grendel target, these three groups that we shot today. I actually had a camera on the target to try to get you to see these in real time as I was shooting them, but the camera errored on me and didn't record any of it, and I had no idea because it was 100 yards away. So let's take a look at this and kind of discuss it a little bit. All right, so here's the target. I decided to start my lowest charge in the middle because I wasn't sure where I would hit on the paper, because this is sighted in with another bullet, and sometimes I didn't want to risk shooting off the paper. So I started here with 26 and a half grains of 8208 XBR powder to book length with a 120 grain Gamchanger. And as you can see, that is obviously the best group. That's 3 bullets right there, stacked right together. So definitely the most accurate. I think it was an overcast day, so I think my chronograph, and I got a bunch of errors today because of it. So I don't know that 2366, 2319, 2306, I don't know that those are fully accurate, but that's what the chronograph gave me for an average of 2330, which is not extremely impressive, but it's not terrible either, and the accuracy on that load is fantastic. I moved up to 27 grains. I got one velocity out of those 3 shots at 2376, and that's right at a 2-inch group. So not impressive at all. I would not even want to hunt with that load really, because sometimes we do shoot out to 300 yards, or I would feel comfortable doing that with a good accurate round in the 6.5 Grendel. This one was a 1/4 inch, by the way. That's a 1/4 inch group from center to center. Absolutely fantastic. And then over here, we jumped up to, I got one velocity on this one as well, 2506. I like this velocity a whole lot better. My other deer load with the Nosler ballistic tip, 120 grain, is 2490, and it's super accurate and it kills well. I really like that velocity range right there. And this is right at like 0.9 inches from center. So this is a very usable, definitely out to 200 or 300 yards, you know, sub MOA load at the velocity I want. So for hunting purposes, I actually may opt to use this particular load right here, because I'm not target shooting. I mean, a quarter MOA, that's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I like this velocity a little better. Either one will kill a deer just fine. So no complaints there. Obviously, we've ruled this one completely out. All right, so that's a little rundown and a little load testing with that new 120 grain Gamchanger 6.5 millimeter. Obviously, it can be used in a number of cartridges, and we just tried it out today in the 6.5 Grendel. If you don't have a 6.5 Grendel, man, do I highly recommend it. It is the coolest little round, and we've killed like 6 deer with it. It kills fantastically. At least with Nosler ballistic tips, that's what we've been using, and that's why we bought these new Gamchangers, because we're going to try them out as well, because I think they could be comparable. And as you saw from the test that we did, just out of those 3 loads, 2 of those loads were, one super duper accurate and the other one very usable hunting load, so it doesn't appear to be a very finicky bullet. So when they come back in stock, the last I looked, they were out of stock because they're very new. They've only been out for about a month, and they sold completely out. I was lucky to get 1 box. Give them a shot. I hope this told you what you wanted to see out of a little load development with them, that they're not picky, that they're a pretty accurate bullet. They're very capable of it. And I hope to, in the next little bit, hopefully we'll take a deer with one and really see how the terminal performance is of these bullets, how it compares to the Nosler ballistic tip that we've used so many times in the past. If you'd like to know about the Nosler ballistic tip, we've got several videos, hunting videos with that, and we've killed some deer. Check those out on the channel. But otherwise, if you like this video and you like gun videos, outdoor videos, hit that like button for us. Hit that subscribe, turn on the bell. We're always doing gun videos, hunting videos, fishing videos, camping videos, everything outdoors right here, BNC Outdoors. Follow us along, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.